Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Rick's English channel for a very special deep dive. So, picture this. You meet someone, they smile, and they ask you, "How are you?"
Oh, the classic question. Happens all the time.
Right. And automatically, like without even thinking about it, you just say, "I'm fine, thank you."
Yeah.
And then, there's just total awkward silence. The conversation just kind of dies right there in the room.
It really does. It just drops.
Yeah. And, if you've ever felt that panic, you are definitely not alone. So today, your learning purposes are very clear. You're going to learn how to stop killing conversations with that robotic textbook phrase.
Because it is very robotic.
It is. You'll learn how to answer, "How are you?"
Yeah.
naturally. And most importantly, you'll learn exactly how to keep an English conversation going without, you know, stressing over perfect grammar all the time.
Which is such a relief for language learners.
Yeah.
It's a really universal experience. You've spent hours studying, you know your vocabulary. But in that split second of real life interaction, your brain just freezes.
Oh, completely.
You just default to like chapter 1 of your old textbook. And then you're left staring at the other person, wondering why the energy suddenly dropped so fast.
Okay, let's unpack this. Why does this actually happen? Because saying, "I'm fine, thank you," is polite. It's grammatically flawless, right?
Right. The grammar is perfect.
So why does it feel like hitting a brick wall in an actual conversation?
Well, because it doesn't sound human, really. I mean, native English speakers almost never use that exact phrase in casual daily life.
Wow, really? Never.
Almost never. When you give a rigid, closed-off answer like, "I'm fine," you're unknowingly sending this social signal.
Yeah, what kind of signal?
You're basically telling the other person, "I have fulfilled my polite obligation, and, well, I don't really want to talk to you anymore." It just shuts the door.
Oh, wow. So you're accidentally being dismissive, even if you have, like, a huge smile on your face.
Exactly.
And there's a cultural layer here, too, isn't there? Because in English-speaking cultures, "How are you?" isn't usually a genuine request for your medical history.
No, definitely not a psychological evaluation. That's a crucial point.
Right.
For native speakers, "How are you?" is often just a slightly longer way of saying hello.
Right.
It's what linguists call social bonding talk. They are tossing a conversational ball your way just to acknowledge you exist, to see if you're friendly.
So it's like a tennis match.
Yes, exactly like that.
They serve the ball over the net with, "How are you?" And if you just say, "I'm fine," you're basically catching the tennis ball, putting it in your pocket, and walking off the court.
The match is completely over.
Yeah. So we need a way to hit the ball back.
We do. And the most effective way to hit it back is by using a very specific 3-part formula.
Okay, a formula. I like the sound of that.
It's great because it works every single time, whether you're talking to a barista, your boss, or a best friend.
Okay, so the formula is this. Short answer plus small detail plus return question. I'll say it again. Short answer, small detail, return question.
Yeah, it's a really nice 3-step rhythm. And what's fascinating here is the psychology behind why this works.
Right. Why does it work so well?
Because by adding just a tiny bit of extra information, you give the other person something to actually talk about.
Give me an example.
Okay, imagine I ask you how you are, and you say, "Pretty good. I had a great cup of coffee this morning. How about you?"
Oh, I see. I instantly have options now.
Right.
I can answer your question about how I'm doing, or I can focus on the coffee. Like I can say, "Oh, did you go to that new cafe downtown? You gave me a hook."
You've handed them a map for where the conversation can go next. And the best part is you didn't need any complex, past-perfect, continuous grammar to do it.
Thank goodness for that.
Right. You just needed a basic framework.
But to make this formula work, we really have to fix step 1 first. We need to upgrade our short answer and finally throw "I'm fine" in the trash.
Let it go? Yes. Let's look at some natural alternatives. If you're having an average, decent day, you have a couple of really great casual options.
Okay, what's the first one?
Pretty good is incredibly common. It just means you aren't winning the lottery. Life isn't perfect, but things are generally positive.
Pretty good, yeah, I like that. Then there's not bad, which I hear constantly.
Oh, all the time.
It's funny because it sounds slightly negative, like not bad, but it's actually a very comfortable, positive response in English.
It is. It's all about understatement. English speakers, especially in casual settings, often like to understate how good things are.
Right, they don't want to show off.
Exactly. They don't want to brag by saying, "I'm absolutely fantastic," all the time. Not bad. It's just a humble, relaxed way to say things are going well.
Okay, but what if I'm not having a great day? But I also don't want to be entirely negative either.
Well, then you can shift to something like, "Doing okay."
Doing okay?
Yeah. It communicates a slightly lower energy, like maybe you're a bit tired or maybe work is stressful, but you're surviving. It's honest without being dramatic.
My personal favorite for that, like, understated vibe is can't complain.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's such a great little phrase. You're basically saying, well, life has its problems, but nothing really worth complaining about today. It's very warm and friendly.
It is very friendly, but we do have to be careful with where we use these.
Right, because context is everything. I mean, I can't just pick not bad as my favorite and use it like a robot in every single situation, can I?
No, definitely not.
Like, if I'm walking into a major performance review with my company CEO, not bad, might sound a bit too relaxed.
It would sound much too relaxed.
Yeah.
You really have to read the room. The environment you're in dictates the vocabulary you choose.
Makes sense.
If you are in a formal setting, like meeting a client, talking to an executive, or doing a job interview, you want to lean on something polished.
So what's the phrase for that?
I'm doing well, thank you, is the gold standard there. It's very professional.
I'm doing well, thank you. Got it. But if I say that to my best friend at a pub, they're going to look at me like I'm an alien.
Oh, they'll think something is seriously wrong. Like, why are you talking like that?
Right.
With friends or classmates, that formal language builds this invisible wall. In those casual spaces, you definitely want to rely on pretty good or not bad.
Okay, so we've got our upgraded short answer based on who we're talking to. Now we need the secret ingredient. Step 2 of the formula, the small detail.
This is the bridge. Without the small detail, the conversation still has a very high chance of dying.
But I think this is where a lot of language learners panic.
They do.
They think small detail means they have to, like, summarize an interesting news article they read, or tell a funny joke, or use advanced vocabulary.
It's the exact opposite, actually. If we connect this to the bigger picture, many language learners put an enormous amount of pressure on themselves.
Yeah, to sound perfectly fluent.
Right, perfectly fluent or incredibly interesting. But the reality is casual conversation thrives on the mundane. It thrives on very simple, everyday observations.
So we're talking about basic topics like how you slept, what you ate, the weather, your immediate plans.
Exactly. I slept really well last night. Or, work was pretty busy this morning. Or simply, it's freezing outside today.
That's simple.
That's simple. You are using elementary school vocabulary to build adult connections.
I always think of this small detail like a conversational appetizer.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, when you sit down at a nice restaurant, they don't immediately put out a heavy, complicated steak. They bring out a small piece of bread or a light appetizer to get things started.
Just to warm you up.
Right. Your small detail is that appetizer. You aren't offering a deep philosophical thought. You're just offering a tiny, easy bite of your day to get the other person engaged.
That's a great way to visualize it. You're giving them something easy to digest. If you say, pretty good, I'm just going to meet a friend for lunch later, it's incredibly natural.
So we've served the appetizer. Now, to truly invite them to the table, we have to remember the final crucial step. Step 3, the return question.
And this is where so many people drop the ball.
They really do. They give a great short answer. They share a fun little detail about their morning coffee, and then they just stop talking.
Yep.
And suddenly, the other person has to do all the heavy lifting to keep the interaction alive.
Because conversation is a two-way street.
Hmm.
If you don't ask a question back, you're making the other person work way too hard.
Right.
And eventually, they'll just smile, say, that's nice, and walk away.
So we need a quick way to throw that tennis ball back over the net. It doesn't have to be complicated, right?
Not at all.
How about you is the absolute classic. What about you? Also works perfectly.
You can also use things like, how's your day going? Or, how are things with you?
Okay, let's put the whole 3-part formula together so we can hear how it flows. Ready?
Very good.
Pretty good. I had a really peaceful morning. How about you?
It's seamless. It sounds totally native, friendly, and open.
But wait, let's talk about the danger zone here.
Uh-oh. The danger zone.
Yeah. When we talk about adding a small detail, there is a very real trap that people fall into, especially when they're really eager to practice their English.
Ah, yes. The trap of oversharing.
Yes. So, if the barista at the coffee shop hands me my latte and asks, "How are you?" Right? You're telling me I shouldn't give them a detailed 5-minute story about how my alarm didn't go off, I missed my bus, and my cat is sick.
Oh, please spare the barista.
Ah.
I mean, they have a line of 10 people waiting behind you. This comes back to understanding social circles and the hidden rules of English small talk. For a cashier or a worker in a shop, how are you, is essentially a customer service greeting.
So it's just a polite noise they make while ringing up your items.
Exactly. In that specific micro-interaction, you actually want to shrink the formula down. A short answer and a quick return question are all you need. Good, thanks. How are you?
Okay.
You don't need the small detail there. Giving a deeply personal story to a stranger makes everyone uncomfortable.
Okay, so for passing strangers in retail settings, keep it super brief. No deep emotional trauma at the grocery store. Got it. But what about coworkers?
Coworkers are different.
Right, people you see every day, but maybe you aren't, like, best friends with.
With coworkers, the rule is to keep it polite, professional, and relatively positive. You want to show you're a team player.
Makes sense.
You wouldn't share your deepest secrets,
Yeah.
but you use the full formula, like, doing well, thanks. It's been a busy morning, but getting through it. How are things with you?
Okay, so it's neutral, you acknowledge the work, but you keep the mood up. And then for close friends, I assume the rules change completely.
Entirely. With friends, honesty is the goal. If a close friend asks how you are and you're having a terrible day, you can drop the pleasantries.
Just be real.
Exactly. You can say, honestly, I'm exhausted. I barely slept last night.
Uh-huh.
Friends want the real detail, not the polite customer service detail.
Okay, so the breakdown is strangers get brevity, coworkers get polite positivity, friends get the honest truth.
That's a great social compass to navigate by.
Speaking of friends and more relaxed environments, there are a few advanced phrases we should cover. These are the idioms that really signal to native speakers that you are super comfortable with the language.
Oh, these are fantastic for when you're talking to people you know reasonably well, like classmates or regular acquaintances.
The first one is a classic. Same old, same old.
Same old, same old. Yeah, it implies a sense of routine. Your life is completely normal. Nothing wild or special has happened lately. You are doing the exact same things you usually do.
It's almost reassuring, you know? If I haven't seen a buddy in a week and he asks how I am, saying same old, just working and studying lets him know my life is stable.
Right.
Then there's one that carries a bit more emotion. Hanging in there.
Oh, this one is incredibly useful.
Hey.
Hanging in there paints a vivid picture. Imagine someone dangling from a branch.
Oh, wow.
It means life is a bit tough right now.
Yeah.
Maybe you're stressed with exams or overwhelmed at work, but you aren't giving up. You are surviving.
I love how it builds a connection, too. When you tell someone you're hanging in there, it's kind of a mild form of self-deprecation.
Exactly.
You aren't pretending to be a superhero. You're admitting things are hard, which often makes the other person feel more comfortable opening up to you.
It invites empathy. It's a very human response.
Another great one is busy but good.
This is the modern professional's favorite phrase. I mean, everyone is busy these days. By saying busy but good, you acknowledge that you have a lot on your plate, but you're framing it as a positive thing. You're productive, not drowning.
And finally, the phrase for when the hard work is actually done, taking it easy.
This is the ultimate Friday afternoon or Sunday morning phrase. It means you are intentionally relaxing. You are avoiding stress.
Nice.
If someone asks how you are on a Saturday, taking it easy is the perfect vibe.
These phrases are incredibly natural, but I know what some learners are thinking right now. They're sitting there thinking, I understand these phrases, but the moment I try to use same old in real life, my tongue is going to tie in a knot.
Well, this raises an important question. How do you transition from knowing a phrase to actually speaking it with confidence?
Right. Because it feels risky to step away from the safety of, I'm fine, thank you.
It does feel risky because I'm fine is deeply programmed into your brain. But the key to breaking that programming is to remember that slow and clear is always better than fast and confusing.
That's reassuring.
You do not need to rush these natural phrases. You don't need to speak at the speed of a native speaker to sound natural.
So you can just take a breath, smile, and say, pretty good. Just enjoying the sunshine today. How about you?
Exactly. Confidence doesn't come from having flawless pronunciation or lightning-fast reflexes. Confidence comes from practice and a friendly attitude. When you try to connect with someone using the formula, they don't care if you pause for a second.
Right, they aren't judging you.
No, they just appreciate that you threw the ball back.
I like to compare these casual phrases to breaking in a new pair of comfortable shoes. When you first put them on, they might feel slightly unfamiliar because you aren't used to them, but they aren't flashy, they aren't complicated, they just fit everyday life perfectly.
That's a great analogy.
And the more you walk in them, the more natural they feel. Soon, saying busy but good will feel just as automatic as I'm fine used to feel.
You're just wearing language that fits the situation. And once you break those shoes in, you'll wonder how you ever walked around without them.
All right, we've covered some serious ground today. Let's do a quick recap so this really sticks. If you take away just one thing from this deep dive, it's this. Please retire. I'm fine, thank you.
Yes. Let it rest in peace.
Yes. Instead, rely on the golden formula. Step 1. Short answer. Read the room and choose pretty good, not bad, or if it's formal, doing well.
Step 2. Small detail.
Right. Serve that conversational appetizer, mention your coffee, the weather, or your upcoming weekend. And step 3. Return question. Do not keep the tennis ball. Throw it back with a simple, how about you?
Short answer. Small detail. Return question. It proves that simple English, used correctly, is far more powerful than complicated grammar used awkwardly.
Absolutely. Now, before we wrap up, we have a quick call to action for you. If you found this deep dive helpful and you want to keep improving your conversational skills, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to Rick's English channel, and share this with a friend who is also learning English. And we actually have some homework for you today.
We do. The best way to learn is to actually do it.
Exactly. We want you to go down into the YouTube comment section right now and leave a comment using the exact formula we just taught you.
Yep. Give us your short answer, your small detail, and a return question.
For example, you could write, pretty good. I'm taking notes on this English lesson right now. How about you? We really want to read your answers and see you practice.
It's a low-pressure environment to test out your new comfortable shoes.
So, what does this all mean? We've given you the tools, we've explained the cultural context, but how do you make this a permanent part of the way you speak English?
Well, I want to leave you with a final thought to really chew on. We spend so much time focusing on how to act in a new language, but think about how you operate in your own native language.
Oh, that's interesting.
When your friends or family ask you how you are in your mother tongue, what do?
Well, you probably don't give a robotic one-word textbook answer.
Exactly. You naturally share small details. You naturally ask about their lives. You already possess all the social intelligence and conversational skills you need.
That's so true.
You know how to bond with people. Observing how you naturally interact, share, and ask questions in your first language might be the exact blueprint you need. You don't have to become a different person when you speak English. You just need to translate your natural warmth into these simple new structures.
That is such a powerful perspective. You aren't learning how to converse from scratch. You're just learning the English codes for the skills you already have. Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and until next time, keep throwing that conversational ball back over the net.